Hi guys, it's Andy here from learnhowtotradeonline.com, and we're going to be looking at support and resistance in upward trends. Now, we're looking at the Euro-Aussie 4-hourly chart here. I've got a price action and a 20 and 50 exponential moving averages on my chart. So, nice clean price action and just some moving averages to give me some points of reference. What we're really going to be looking at is cyclicity with higher highs and higher lows, and major swing points, and of course how we can identify the good support and resistance levels to trade from, and also help us to identify which trades to take and which trades to pass on. Now, we can see it throughout this upward trend here. Price was aggressively moving to the upside, then kind of went sideways really for quite a period of time, broke to the upside, major higher low, and we've actually seen through here it's gone sideways again, breaking the highs, but it's clear to see we've got ourselves a higher high and a higher low. And what I'm really looking for here is that the moving averages are pointing to the upside. That's telling me that the price action with the cyclicity is going in the correct direction to the upside. Moving averages are pointing to the upside. That tells me we're in upward trend. And of course, the very fact that the market's going from the bottom left to the top right of the screen tells me the market overall is moving up. Now, looking at this here, we're going to be waiting until price pulls back to the averages and gives us a good price action signal. So we've actually got ourselves hit one here. We can actually see that price has pulled back to this 20 moving average and given us a bullish pin bar formation. But not just that, it's also given us this support level from before being retested. Actually, it's a resistance level, becoming support, getting retested again. So we're looking to get long on this market here. Off the high of that bullish pin bar, we've got higher highs and higher lows, and actually we wouldn't get triggered into that trade. We get an inside reversal bar there, which doesn't do a huge amount for us, so we cancel the order and wait for the next setup. And actually here it is, we've got ourselves a double inside bar formation, which in itself is a signal because we've got the extreme indecision there, but we've also got ourselves sellers becoming buyers aggressively off that level there. You can see that the bearish candle instantly followed by a strong bullish candle. Granted, not a massively strong bullish candle, but considering it's at that support level and it's a double inside bar, the buyers are likely to push this through to the upside. So we look to buy just above that inside bar there, with a stop loss underneath this level here, and looking for the price to move up at least to the previous highs up here. So we begin the trade, and actually price went further than we were expecting straight away, which is good to see. We've got buyer bars moving in our favour there, so we're quite happy with this trade moving in our favour, quite aggressively actually as well. And we're in a position here where we risked around 40 pips, and we've made around 80 pips, so twice our risk there. And really, because these buyers have now become sellers, we could argue this is a good place perhaps to pull out the trade, or at least be aggressive with a stop loss and move it up. We can see price is actually trying to go again, but stalling and failing with this bearish pin bar. We're not going to trade against the trend here, but we're only looking to trade with the trend because the market overall is moving quite strongly to the upside. So again, we have our stop loss underneath around these kind of levels, locking in the profits we've made. We've got about 80 pips of profit locked in, and really we're looking to just keep holding this trade for as long as possible to the upside. Of course, if it starts to turn over and move down, we'll get stopped out by our stop loss, but we've locked in, at this point in time, I'd say, around about 80 pips. Price goes again, so you can see now why we don't want to trade against the trend, we want to trade with it. It's moving in our favour, and still moving in our favour, which is great to see. Gives us an inside reversal bar there. I mean, if we were to pull the trade at that point, we managed to lock in just under 100, it's about 150 pips. From risking 4 to our 35.40. It's really, we're looking at about a 4-to-1 trade there. Price is still moving in our favour, but you can see here now with this, it's stalling, can't break the highs, and closes towards the lows. It's likely that price could push down now. So really, I have my stop loss up underneath this level, looking really to lock in the 150 pips that we've made so far. And that would be it. I'll be stopped out the trade. And we really have locked in the full amount there of the 150 pips, which is great. That's about a 4-to-1 trade there, and I'm just going to mark that as a tick because that, of course, was a winning trade. Now, what's interesting here is we've actually got, let's scoot back a couple of bars, we've got this one here tells me that it could be over, and if we just have a quick look at the stochastic, we can see we've got a double top on the stochastic, it's turning over, it's telling us really it's out of steam, it's a good time to come out of the trade. And that's a healthy, respectable profit there. But what happens next is we get this bullish reversal off of this resistance, becoming support. So you could argue that there's another trade there, but given the fact that it's not really pulled back properly yet, I'd like to see a bit more of a pullback towards the averages before we get into the next position. So while price does go a little bit further, I really wouldn't get into that trade because I don't think there's that much more in it in the trade. I'd rather see more of a pullback and get better value from the trend. And there we have it. Price did indeed pull back pretty aggressively at that point there, and it was a good call not to take that buy signal. Wanted it to pull back to the averages and give us a better signal. And here it is. That was rather quick. But if I just mark it on the charts, we can see we've got this resistance become support, which is what we saw before, getting retested now at the averages. This, of course, would now be our second buy signal in this upward trend. And we'd be in the trade because we'd be buying just above the high of that bar. Okay, price isn't going in our favour as much as we'd like right now, but it's still hovering around break even at this point. And there we have it. Price has started to move aggressively in our favour. And really now we've got this reversal bar formation. We're going to make sure our stop's at least at the break even level, just to protect ourselves. But price is moving in our favour. We can start to move the stop up. When we were risking a bit more than the last trade, risking about 50 pips here. And we've locked in probably around 49, 50 pips as well. So we've made about 1% gain on our account at this point in time. And as it starts to go further in our favour, we can move our stop loss and lock in more and more profits. That's exactly what's happened through here. The price has been moving up. I've been moving the stop loss up underneath. Not every single bar. That tends to get you stopped out pretty quickly. But I've been moving up under relevant price action signals to keep me in the trade. You can see the stochastic is flipping over right here, but there's no real divergence as such on that one. And when you're looking at that particular price action, we can see that the shift has gone from buyers to sellers at that point. I'll have my stop underneath around this level, just trying to give it a bit more room to move to the upside. So now we've got another buy bar through here. I'll probably move this stop loss up now, to be fair, just to lock in the 125 pips. Now that's a 2.5 to 1 reward to risk at that point in time. Price is actually moving back up again in our favour, which is good to see. So it's making us a few extra pips. But really, you can see I'm not just exiting because I see a bearish candle or a red bar. I'm waiting for the price action to tell me what to do next. And there we have it. That's pretty much there where I'd be getting stopped out and locking in about 125 pips or so. So about a 2.5 to 1 reward to risk. Mark that as a tick. That was a winning trade. That's good to see. And really is waiting for the next price action signal now. Inside bar, seller bar, bullish buyer bar. Have a look and just quickly see what we've got on the old stochastic. So we have actually got ourselves a reason to get into the trade here because we've got this resistance level here getting retested as support, support, and support. And it was the inside bar there we could get into the trade on. It's already started to go. We could perhaps place the order and see if it retraces. Okay, and we'd be looking to get into the market off of the inside bar there. Price has moved, starting to pull back. This could be a losing trade actually. Looking at this, yeah, so it's a losing trade there. But hey, this is a better price action signal now. We've got this bullish buyer bar and this bullish pin bar, sorry. And we can see that while we had a losing trade on this one, we've actually had a 4 to 1 trade, a 2.5 to 1 trade, and we're now getting into the next buy signal of resistance, becoming support. And that's what we're really looking at throughout this trend. we have support becoming support, resistance becoming support, resistance becoming support. And we're looking to buy that market there. Price is actually pretty sideways actually at the minute, but we'd be in the trade. And actually have my stop loss now moved up underneath these this sideways pattern just to try and reduce the risk. But price has started to move to the upside now. I'm happy with that. It's moving. It's going in our favour. And I'd really be looking to keep moving the stop loss up underneath these candles, underneath these bars, to lock in as much potential profit as possible. Again, the risk on this trade was quite small, looking at about a 50 pip stop, and we're up about 160, 170 at present, so that's great. We've locked in about 100. We've locked in twice what we risked, and we're up about 3 times what we risked. And price is actually still moving nicely in our favour, which is good to see. And really, it's at this point here where I'd have then been stopped out from the trade, because we can see that we had this this bearish pin bar. This itself wouldn't be enough for me, but the fact that it takes out the low of the 2 successive buy bars, really, I'd be stopped out here. I'd have made about 130 pips on that trade. So another 2.5 to 1 there. Another winning trade. And bearing in mind 3 winners, 1 loser, that's a pretty good position to be in, and the winners have all been bigger than the losers. So we're in a position now where we're waiting for another buy signal, and actually we could argue perhaps price came back down here to the averages and is going up again, but really I'd like to see a stronger price action signal than just an inside bar there, so I wouldn't take that particular trade. I wish I'd have taken that particular trade, but I wouldn't have. We're waiting now for a better price action signal, and actually we've got one forming here. We've got this resistance becoming support. But again, it's just the inside bar there. There's not really much more than that, so I'd probably just leave this one be. And this is actually looking a lot better now, because we've actually got the train track formation of sellers becoming buyers. But what's really interesting actually is a Fakey setup too, in that we've got a bearish candle, got an inside one there as well. So this bar is inside the previous bar, and price breaks to the downside with this one, but has now failed and has started to push back up again. So I'll be looking to get long this market here on this particular chart, just above the high. Entry up there with a stop loss underneath. Again, about 45 pips worth of risk on that particular trade. And we're in the trade that's going in our favour, and a lot of people will be tempted to sell this one here, seeing as it's a resistance level, but really I'll be looking for this trade to go a lot further than that. And we can see price is moving in our favour to the upside, and really at this point in time here, this big engulfing candle here, this would be a point for me to say, do you know what, I'll move my stop loss from here underneath to really make sure it's at least the break even level. I can't lose anything on this trade. As it happens, price is still moving in our favour. And now we've got this shift again from buyers to sellers. I'd move that stop up to underneath this level really, because with a 50 pip stop, it's about 2 to 1 reward to risk there. It's another 2% in the bag. If that happens, price is still moving up, so I'd keep the stop loss where it is underneath this level here, and look for it to keep moving to the upside. Price is still moving to the upside, but we get this inside candle followed by another bearish candle there. The stop loss really at this point is still underneath this level, locking in the profits we've made, but being aware we could be stopped out soon. Okay, big bullish buy candle again. This is great to see. I have the stop loss just underneath this one there, just locking in a little bit of extra profit. Ooh, just still in the trade. Still in the trade. We can see it's starting to go sideways now. We're probably going to get stopped out on this one. There we go. And we can see we've really banked around 125 pips again. Another 2.5 to 1 reward to risk. Not to be complained about at all, because that's now 4 winning trades to 1 loser. And the smallest winning trades have been about 2.5 to 1. The biggest has been a 4 to 1 reward to risk. And this is really what it's about, is to support resistance in trending markets using the price action signals as they occur. So price has actually pulled back down to the 50 moving average here. And what's interesting to see as well is that it's around this previous support level. So I'll be keeping an eye for a price action signal around here. And here we've got one there now. We've actually got the three or four different seller candles or bearish candles for the other seller bars coming down, and it's a shift becoming bullish from the buyer bars from sellers to buyers. I'd be looking to get long just above the high of that. That's an inside bullish bar there as well. So that'd be where I'm looking to get long there. The reason being is I've got resistance becoming support, and price actually pull back to the 50 moving average as well. That would be a long trade there, and we'd be in the trade, and actually it's moving aggressively in our favour, which is very nice to see. First real seller bar there, but odds are it's going to keep going in our favour. But at least now we'll have the stop loss at break even to protect what we've made so far, or to at least minimise the risk, should I say. So it's moving in our favour more, it's going aggressively now, and actually have my stop loss at this point in time underneath this level here. So locking in just shy of 100 pips, we're risking around 40, so we're already about 2.5 to 1 up on the trade. There's some bearish pin bars being shown up here, but actually you can see price blast through that level. But I wouldn't be too worried about this being a sell here, because all these resistance levels are getting blown straight through. You don't want to be trading counter trend in a market that's this aggressive. So the market's gone up again there now. It's actually quite bullish here now, so we're really happy with this trade. It's going aggressively in our favour. And what's interesting actually at this point in time is that with a 40 pip stop, we're up almost 300 pips now. It's a really good position to be in. And price is moving aggressively in our favour still. And actually now I have my stop loss up underneath this kind of a level here, because at that point now we know we've locked in around 300 pips. That's a huge winning trade right there, and it's still going in our favour. Still happy with the trade right now. We've still got buy bars there. My stop's going to stay underneath here just to see what happens with this formation. We've got a Fakey there for me. Price could move to the upside here. Just want to see what happens over the next few bars. My stop loss will be there, keeping the profit locked in, and we can see the inside bar followed by the pin bar there could push price to the upside. Okay, so the trade's still moving in our favour, and at this point in time, the stop loss will be going from here. I'd probably move it underneath this swing low that's formed here now as well, just to lock in a little bit of extra profit to the upside. Price is still moving in our favour. Still going, and you can see it's starting to turn over now. This is the first two seller bars that we've seen together now, so the stop really for me would be underneath here. That's actually about 450 pips upward in time, so it took like 11% gain here. The trade's actually still going in favour, and we can see over the weekend it gapped higher, a couple of buyer bars here now, and actually I moved that stop loss right up now to underneath here, because we're knocking on 550 pips. That's a massive win there, and that would be it. That would be where I get stopped out of that trade there now, and we can see that that trade really has gone on to make 565 pips, which is it's coming up to around 14% there as a winning trade. That's an absolutely colossal winning trade. So really, that would be where I'd I'd be happy to take profits. But we can see obviously we're going to mark that one with a nice big tick. That was a winning trade as well. And really, what we were using through there was simply the support and resistance levels, looking at resistance becoming support, getting retested. Resistance becoming support, getting retested again and again and again, all the way through the trend. And you can see I was really looking at the price action buy signals and only taking the buy signals that were strong buy signals. There were several inside bar formations that I didn't take or that I got stopped out on, such as this one here. And we can see really I was looking for the pin bars, the trend tracks in the direction of the trend. There was no counter trend trading there because it's a very bullish cyclical market. Trading against the trend there is close to suicide in this kind of a market. You really do want to be on the right side of the market trading with a trend. And if you've enjoyed watching this video and you've learned something from it, please check out my website. It's learnhowtotradeonline.com, and you can receive our weekly market updates, and you can also see the blogs and useful videos and information there for people to have a look through. It's learnhowtotradeonline.com, and I look forward to seeing you on the website.